thought that Canelo could stop Jacobs late, break him down, and be too physically strong, maybe too mentally strong, but too physically strong, and break him down late in the fight. I thought maybe somewhere 8, 9, somewhere in that. And didn't turn out that way. He won the fight. Some people thought bigger than others. The judges had it more towards what I had it. The commentators thought it was bigger for Canelo, and maybe some other people did too. But it was 2 fights. It was the first fight of a guy trying to survive, a guy not sure of himself, the other guy that was in control and looked like he was going to push him off the cliff. And it looked like the naturally bigger guy was the bigger guy physically. You could see the size difference.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it was almost startling. I looked at it and said, wow. Whew. And you see, he's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a bigger guy where it counted.
Right.
He wasn't a bigger guy in who feels they're bigger, who behaves bigger. That was Canelo. And Canelo gets to, in the first 6 rounds, he's pushing him. Looks like he's got a chance to push him off that cliff.
Yeah.
If he keeps going. And then after about 6, he stops. He slows down. Now, look, I'm not here to make excuses, but I'm here to illuminate, to put light on every possibility. And he wears a knee brace. Again, I don't want to go down there and make an excuse for anyone. I don't have to. But he wears a knee brace, Canelo. And there was a little talk about it before the fight that he can't do as much road work as you used. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get cardiovascular conditioning besides just traditional road work. But it's your responsibility to find those ways.
Yep.
Did it look like he started to gas, like the petrol started going towards this side, a little bit towards the E? Yeah. Was that? We don't know for sure. But it looked like that was happening. He was starting to have vapors instead of, strong fumes with petrol to burn. The bottom line is he went from dominating to where he opened the door for Jacobs to get back in.
Yeah.
It looked like Jacobs was on his way out the door. Now, I'm gonna go a couple places here with this. I'm going to say that I'm always saying fighters can't get enough money. Can't get enough money. Give them more because of the risk of that's connected with what they do. But is anybody worth $360 million? I don't know. If you can get it, you are. But in the world we live in today, everything is exaggerated. Everything is about, what is neon? What like a guy hits a ball 500 feet in baseball. Give him another $100 million. Why not?
Yeah.
Right? What the hell? Why not? Give him another $100 million. And so you're giving out. Does that mean that they're great in all the dimensions that really equate into greatness? Does it? And why are we so quick to say somebody's great? But there was a day when we were more careful with that word. Now a guy hits a ball, a guy jumps up and dunks backwards. He's great! Oh, wait a minute. Let's go a little farther down the road. I think it's part of what goes on in society. We're human beings. I think it's connected to we want to be around and be able to have bragging rights to say we were around when the great ones were around.
Yeah.
Because it makes our time on earth greater. We're human. We like that stuff. Mm-hmm. Right? We do. If we can say someone's great, and we were around to see him, well, that's better for us. Makes us feel better.
Great by association?
So we're around during those times. It's human nature. It's part of being a human. And I think that when you go and think about it, Canelo showed in this fight he's not great. And again, those haters out there, just like across the pond, now they're going to be coming from across the Mexican line. Don't do it. Don't do it because I think Canelo is terrific. I think he's tremendous for the sport. I think he's a good human being. I think he's great for the sport. I think he's tremendous. And I think unlike Triple G, he's been improving over the years, where Triple G stopped improving. That's one of the things. I thought that Triple G won those 2 fights with Canelo. I did. But one thing is Canelo was getting better and has improved. And I give his people credit. I give him credit for that. But if he was great, here's my argument, people. But, put those daggers away. Put them back just for a minute. Just for a minute. You could flick them out again later. Right? As long as that stuff can't really come true. We didn't get to that technology yet, did we? Right? Right, Ken? That can't
Not
come.
yet. I don't think so.
So, I'm saying, I'm in the courtroom. I'm thinking of my daughter. She's a lawyer. Exhibit A. With a fighter getting to that point in the ring that I just described, that Canelo had, Jacobs had, where he was starting to push him off the cliff.
Yeah.
Do you not think that Marvin Hagler would push him off the cliff?
No, that's fair.
Push him off. Do you not think that he would push him off the cliff like a bulldozer pushes a car that has stalled and sputtered? Because he was stalling and sputtering. Would have got behind it and shoved it out of the way.
Yeah.
Pushed it right off the highway and off the cliff. Do you have any doubts about that? That Sugar Ray Leonard would have reached in and pulled the carburetor right out of the engine, ripped it right out? Why? They were great. But what makes them great? What makes them a little bit different, a little bit special? Because they were excavators. Yeah, they were people that dug, and they dug deep to look for things all the time. Yeah. They were searchers. They were explorers. They were guys that would explore into caves and places. They would dig, and they would keep digging, and they weren't afraid of hitting rock. Damn it, if they hit rock, they pull out the sledgehammers and they pulverize the rock. They just dug because by digging you could find. And they weren't afraid of finding. They weren't afraid of what they might find by going down. And there was no light there. And you couldn't see. The guys today, they want a light. They want someone to yell, "The coast is good!" No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I really am. And I'm saying that doesn't make them tremendous and the best of our time. It does. But there's something a little different about being great. It's a little different. And we forgot that. We kind of forgot that a little bit. Because we want everyone to be great if we're around, because that makes us greater.
Yeah.
Our time greater.
Yep.
But if you're really going to look at it, these guys, like the ones I just described, Hagler and those guys, they would excavate. They would go. They weren't worried about what they would run into, because there was a chance to go deeper. They went deeper. But today it's like some of these guys, and I saw it. I saw the symptoms of it in that fight.
Yeah.
That was like, well, I'm not sure if I can go any deeper. Maybe I better hold off. I better hold off a little bit because I'm feeling rock a little bit, maybe.
Yeah,
or I might feel rock a little bit. So I'll hold off a little bit. And when he held off, what happened? The door opened a little bit. And to Jacob's credit, he got in there and he started coming back.
That's right.
And I had the fight where, believe it or not, I had a 115, 114. I could have had a 115, 113. I had an even round, so your choice. But a lot of tough rounds to score. But I had it really, really close. And again, because the door was opened where it probably shouldn't have been open, and Jacobs got himself back in it. Yeah. And Jacobs never got to the point to his, and again, we're just saying what I believe. Doesn't mean I'm right, but from what my experience, what I believe tells me, my experience tells me to believe, is that Jacobs could have went further, but he went just enough. He still allowed Canelo in the late round to still steal one round that when you're coming that far behind, you can't allow a guy to steal. Yeah. You got to take them all. You got to take them all. But Jacobs wasn't going to take them all. Jacobs was going to go as far as that door was left open.
Yeah.
But he wasn't going to be an excavator either.
Yep.
You know, these guys are more, and they're terrific, but they're landscapers. And listen, landscapers are good. They do beautiful stuff. And these are very high-paid landscapers. I mean, these are tremendous landscapers, but they're not the excavators. They're not the explorers that explore with. I said this one time on the air when we first started this show. In some ways, are you that guy at the end of the hallway that gets to the water fountain and he lets the water run in his mouth while he's waiting, and he's not drinking. He's waiting for the boss to pass because he doesn't want to deal with the boss. You know, sometimes you got to think about that. Sometimes, you know, he can be the most brilliant guy in the world, the guy with the mouth in the water. But at that moment, when it comes to facing something, to facing something that's difficult for him, because it's all about what's difficult for you, not me or him, you. They're all different. And so he waits and he lets the traffic flow and he lets the guy go by. And I'm talking about the great ones. They never got their freaking mouth in the water fountain. They always see what's coming. Always ready for what's coming. Why? Because they have to know. They have to know. They have to find out. And they're willing to find out without waiting till it passes, without waiting till there's a definite green light that it's okay. Without the coast is clear.
Yeah.
Without the coast is clear. How many people in life can go to that place, you know, and you can go to great places, but when you get to that tough place, when you get to that moment that you're not sure, everyone wants to know that the coast is clear. How many times you run? How many times you run competitively with a guy and you're running next to the guy and you're just wondering, I just wish the guy would show me something. Because then I could show myself something that, yeah, I can do more. Right? Am I right?
No, it's a perfect analogy.
Just wish that maybe, and plus, I'm trying not to be disgusting, so I hope you're not eating, but maybe he goes to spit, and he's not strong enough to spit, and it comes back on, oh, he's weak! All of a sudden, you have energy.
Yeah.
Because you needed confirmation that you could do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the great ones don't need that confirmation.
Yep.
I'm saying they're just gonna go until they find their place.
Yeah.
And even if there's not a light on, even if somebody doesn't spit and show weakness, the great ones don't need to depend on you being weak for them to be strong.
Yeah.
No, that's all I'm saying. And I'm not knocking Canelo. He might be the best of our time. That's a hell of a. By the way, that's a beautiful compliment. I mean, I like him, and he's great for the sport. He's great. He's tremendous. I've never seen him attached to anything bad. But I'm just saying that if we don't separate things, then everything becomes the same.